Welcome back to SemScreen, where we dive into the most thrilling and unexpected films of the year. Today we're talking about Smile 2, the much-anticipated sequel that's creeping into theaters and making quite the impression. But does it live up to the hype of its 2022 predecessor? Or are we looking at a classic case of sequel syndrome? Stick around, because this review might just surprise you. Let's take a quick look back. Smile 2022 was an unexpected horror hit, grossing over $200 million worldwide and establishing a chilling narrative. The sequel, directed again by Parker Finn, takes us into a fresh storyline. Instead of a haunted therapist, we follow Naomi Scott as Sky Riley, a pop star battling not just the horrors of fame, but terrifying supernatural occurrences. With a brand new cast, save for Kyle Gallner reprising his role as Joel, the stage is set for something bigger, darker, and dare I say, scarier than the first. So what worked? Smile 2 raises the stakes in every way possible. The cinematography and direction are elevated, delivering some of the most intense sequences, including an absolutely heart-pounding one-take scene that has been widely praised. Imagine being trapped in a nightmare, where every cut feels intentional and every scare lands with precision. The standout performance? Naomi Scott steals the show. Her portrayal of Sky Riley is raw, emotional, and absolutely unsettling. Critics have been quick to compare her to Toni Collette in Hereditary, a massive compliment for a horror performance. As the horrors in her life escalate, so do the layers of her character, making the audience feel the growing dread alongside her. Now, let's talk scares. This movie doesn't hold back. From visceral body horror to well-timed jump scares, Smile 2 is unapologetically frightening. It's also packed with creative set pieces, drawing praise for its ambition and filmmaking craft. However, some have noted that it can be too much at times, veering into territory where the plot becomes secondary to the scare tactics. Does it try a little too hard to outdo the original? Maybe. But for a horror fan, that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Now here's a question. Do we really need another dance sequence in a horror film? Because, believe it or not, Smile 2 manages to pull it off. Yes, there's a musical element that somehow doesn't feel out of place in this horror thriller. It's bizarre, sure, but in the best possible way. Didn't see that coming, did you? So, what's the final verdict? Smile 2 is a worthy sequel that amps up the horror, twists, and emotional depth in a way that could surpass the original for some viewers. If you loved the first movie's psychological tension but wanted even more, you're in for a treat. The film expands its universe without losing the claustrophobic terror that made Smile so memorable. But fair warning, it's not for the faint-hearted. The body horror alone will leave you reeling. If you're enjoying these reviews, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the latest in the world of horror and beyond. Thanks for watching Offscreen, where we keep you on the edge of your seat.